Ladies and gentlemen, another qualification series from Gauntlet Stage B into Acropolis number 2's Battlement stage. I've got Nebline with me yet again. How you doing, my man?
I'm good. I'm still here. You can't get rid of me.
No. I mean, now that you're back from your vacay, you're here for more Cosmonarchy, and I do appreciate it. So our astute viewers at home will notice that this is a best of 5, of course, but there are only 4 replay files. That does not mean it did not go to five games. We'll have to find out. But in the interest of letting everybody know, there was a match that needed to be casted from a YouTube VOD, courtesy of our admin and Nozlix, because one of the replays was not functional. So just letting everybody know that, if you see, because sometimes people will like really pay attention to the screen or whatever in these in-between bits, and they'll notice that there's only 4 replays. That means, oh, it must have been a 3-1 or something. No, not necessarily. So just letting you guys know that. Now, we do have a fun veto for this one. It's Shopkeeper Dog versus jakulangski. Seed 2 versus Seed 6. jakulangski making it here after upsetting Hapsea, who is seed number 3, in the tournament earlier.
Was it 2-0, was it? Or
3-1, 2-1, yeah. It was a 3-game series. 2-1. Yeah. So, there was a stomping that Hapsea doled out on map 2, which was Paradise, that jakulangski picked.
Oh, on Paradise, of all maps.
That's right, right. So if we go to the current veto, though, we are going to see some TVZ, and I thought it would be TVP, and I wasn't sure if Dog would be able to defeat Hapsea because Hapsea's PvT skills are pretty renowned. But going into against jakulangski, I think it shifts back into, even considering the style, I think this is Dog's favor. He has played a lot of versus Zerg. He has just been playing a lot in general, and he's even gone to the degree to play up all of the maps and try to find walls for all of the maps. And I think that dedication will probably serve him very well. We obviously saw an interesting match of him versus Cannoli on the channel earlier today. I know you haven't seen that yet, Nebline, but there was indeed a bunch of walls in that series. I expect that to continue here. So the first ban is Check Stealer. Makes sense. Again, that's a ported kickback. Everybody knows that map is OP for Zerg. No surprises there. jakulangski responds by banning Decapitation, wants to keep his head. Demilune will be the first map here. This is a port of Overwatch by Jujic. And by the way, for those who are curious, Decapitation, I ported it. It was originally Shakura's Temple, if you guys are trying to figure that one out. And then jakulangski responds to the Demilune pick by picking Paradise. That is a port of Dante's Peak, classic one by Biddyb. That's been around for a long time in Cosmonarchy land. So the follow-up is Blackwater Bastion and then Rage Slave. I do like banning Rage Slave as the Zerg player in this matchup because I do think that the containments and stuff can be a little bit heavy. However, we haven't seen Rage Slave actually be played since its revision. And so the revision is to make it so that all of that central platform is actually low ground. I think that significantly increases the defensibility of the map. So I'm interested in seeing how that shakes up over time. But it'll be for another series. Genesis Y, Spinaltap, and then Near Impact are going to be our leftover maps here if we need the maps past Genesis Y. So it looks like we could be in for an interesting set of games. The one thing that really throws me off, Nebline, is Spinaltap. I don't know if you've seen too much of this map be played, but it has no ramp into the natural or the main. And I feel like that really advantages Terran in TVZ and Protoss in PV anything. So in that kind of situation, to see a Zerg player pick that, Jack must have a plan. Or maybe he's just going to get slapped on it. I'm not sure. What do you think?
I definitely agree that, like, no ramp, I feel like Zerg would kind of want that, wouldn't they? Because they can just run their stuff into your base sometimes. Look, I am not surprised that Jack would ban Decapitation as well. Because if you think about it, Terran, especially if they go bio, are sort of just like roaming the map in holding positions. If they're just up on the high ground running around, it can be very hard to get out of that situation with Zerg, for sure. And Blackwater, I think, is a good pick for Shopkeeper Dog. I'm surprised he wouldn't ban Paradise, though, because I feel like that's like jakulangski's home, you know?
I know, that's his favorite map. But, you know, I mean, the worry would be that if Check Stealer gets picked or something, you know, you ban that first, because that's the map that you don't want to play on. But, you know, I also feel like there's probably more play. It's not just blatantly like Zerg auto wins, even though that's how it feels right now for a lot of people. There's probably some play in those matchups. It's just you got to be hit 'em up to do that or something. I don't know. That's what people keep telling me.
Well, someone's got to show us the way sometime.
That's right. And with that said...
sorry, you go ahead.
Oh, yeah, go. I was just saying that with that said, we will be hosting that first matchup, which, again, is going to be Demilune. And so I will go ahead and boot that up for you so you can pop in while we talk about the rest of the veto here.
I can see why, again, my Jack would ban Rage Slave, because the Terran army is going to be able to cycle around and try and bust your defensive positions. And look, Jack is just a defensive player, usually. He'd much rather get into the tier 2 at least and like build up all the bases and stuff. Is usually how he's going to win the game. So I think both his vetoes make sense, but I'm of two minds about shopkeeper dogs. Whether you'd rather have the opportunity to bust early. That's just the way I like to play Terran, I suppose. Is attacking with Mavericks and Hurricanes early in the game. So in that case, you'd want Check Stealer. But then on the flip side, Blackwater is going to be a good map for you to just set up a defensive position, like with bunches of phalanxes and other stuff. So it's hard to say. I got to say, I feel like Jack picked the perfect two vetoes, but then for Shopkeeper, it was just tough decisions. That's what it seems like to me.
Yeah. There's a pro and con to all of that. I do think that a lot of it is going to be down to Shopkeeper Dog. Which maps is he most comfortable walling? Which maps does he come up with the best walls? We're going to study this man's walls in this matchup. I think that's going to be a significant portion of, if Jack can destabilize those, then that's epic. And otherwise, we might be in for longer macro games, which are also epic. So I say we get ready to go. Are you ready to go, sir?
I am ready.
Let's do it then. Jakulangski looking to chain together upsets to qualify into Acropolis number 2's Battlement stage. He was in Acropolis number 1. Shopkeeper Dog didn't even know about the project back then. At least that's what I'm going to allege. We've got him in the top left as, ooh, is this Dark Spring Green? Oh, Forest Green.
Good luck, HH.
Good luck have hoagies. I like a sandwich. We got Jakulangski in the bottom right as the Cyans.
That's not cyan.
It is.
No. Damn it. I shouldn't play you at your own game, should I?
Well, I mean, I did guess the green color in the top left incorrectly, so...
What did you say it was?
I thought it was Dark Spring Green, but it's actually Forest Green.
Terrible. Now, about what I was saying, it is going to be a Fulcrum here, it looks like, by the way. About Jack playing defensive, I feel like every player, they have their, their special, passive, I guess, their special unique skill, right?
Yes.
Okay. And a lot of players I haven't seen enough to really say what it is. But some I have, like for Shambler, believe it or not, his special skill is putting buildings to disrupt the enemy's movement and just putting buildings on the map in general. He's really good at that, which is very strange because he's not the kind of player who gets into that kind of situation, but he has a unique skill for that. Mystery Meat, for example, I would say is the best at sort of moving his army around and dominating the opponent through map control. Jakulangski, he is 100% the best at filling the map with circuits. He will do that if you don't stop him. He'll have his Gosveles out there building in every possible location, and you'll come on the other half of the map for respawn, why is there a wall here? So you don't want to let him do that. That said, I think Demilune is going to be a bit tough for him because you have to defend these locations where you can't build. Now, it is going to be mech here from Shopkeeper Dog, and I feel like that gives Zerg more opportunities to actually take the map control and hold their opponent back without relying so much on static defense, but I feel like you have to rely a lot earlier. Now, that said, I haven't seen very much TVZ since the Cospool buff, so I'm not sure how it plays out exactly. The vultures are going to come out.
This is ballsy. Dog is so greedy all the time, and you know what? He's really living up to his expectation here with a ministry at before 2 minutes. No, he's continuing to heckle the Larvosk as well. He wants this first Vulture to come across the map and do a little bit of damage, but it's going to be Quaz first, so that will hold it just fine.
In theory, Jack has the build to bust this, right? You just show up with a whole bunch of Quaz units because he's getting his second Larvosk. He's going to have enough production. The thing is, I don't expect Jack to be brave enough, quite frankly. I'm sorry, Jack, but I just don't see it. Oh, nice burrow. Very nice burrow. That's a sick move because I think Shopkeeper sort of moved forward to hit it. He didn't react in time, turn back because he was on A move, expecting to stop to shoot the Quaz, but instead he glided forward. So pushes that back with ease, didn't lose a single unit. But look at this, he's going for his own expansion. I'm not sure if he didn't realize what Dog was doing here. Dog went for the scrapyard right away. That's intriguing to me because I would have thought you want Cyclops or something like that to hold this position. Blackjacks are fine. I don't mind Blackjacks. Obviously, later in the game, having a whole bunch of Blackjacks in a big ball is going to be strong. But for holding in this early situation, that's it's kind of crazy. Like you said, you've been so greedy.
I do think that part of his decision-making has been influenced by knowing that the hatch was going down based on the Drolef position. So he's like, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna be all right. I can play a little bit safer, but you might be right. I have to go back and look at the timings. I think maybe the scrapyard came down before he even knew that. So you might still be right to criticize that a little bit and say, if this guy's flooding Zets right now, you're dead.
Well, you can always build a scrapyard and then make a Cyclops, and the Matador is decent against Zevs. It's not great, but it's decent. Now, I wonder if Jack had just gone straight into full Zeph production, he could have probably been A-moving Shopkeeper right now. But the opportunity has passed. This anchor's going to come up. He's going to put the Blackjack in there, presumably. The Matador's going to be there to flamethrower stuff. It'll be strong enough. Again, I feel like a totally dedicated attack from Zerg would actually be able to bust this, but that is not what we're seeing here. Jack's just content just to draw up, and he'll be looking good here. But I mean, Shopkeeper's going to have a really powerful 2-base timing, presumably with a whole bunch of Blackjacks. maybe Shamans. We'll see what else to go for. But I feel like he's just going to come out with a sort of light Walker army. And it's going to be very difficult for Jack to approach with Tier 1 because there's no way to get Tier 2 in time to defend it.
Yes, indeed. I think so. Now, the Vornath is on the way. So Jack has a plan. He's starting to harvest a little bit of gas from his natural. That is one advantage of taking the faster expansion you can do as Zerg, is you do get that gas. Is he?
Sure. Dog's mighty from the ridge.
Oh, in his main.
Oh, no.
What's he been planning this whole time? Could have had way more gas. Oh, yeah. What a guy.
Well, he doesn't notice, so he's going to keep doing that.
The move out is going to come out. He's throwing down his third fulcrum. He's like probably wondering why he has no gas. And he's going to go ahead and start marching across the map. Has no healing, no sustain. So this is all about the, maybe setting up a soft contain. The 2 vultures from the beginning of the game still occupying a little bit of vision there. And one Quaz is going to get caught. And, he does have the multiple matadors as well. That's worth pointing out. He will probably be able to rend the armor of the Circuith, if that's what he's going to go for.
If Jack had a better spread, I would say he holds this easily, but he's all in a ball, which is not what you want. Although, the Zephs are kind of actually making this bad for Terran because of the Cyclops splashing their friendly fire. And, Jack's units are sort of coming in piecemeal enough not to completely die Cyclops. Oh, but it's not enough.
Yeah,
looks like he may indeed get pushed back.
Yeah, I mean, the Circuith gets regressed. Okay, now he can come in here and deal with this because the Matadors, as much as they're good at roasting those units, they kind of got sidetracked. They didn't get focus fired on the right units. You can see how effective they actually are, but they weren't targeting on the right ones. They were targeting on ones to the far left, and that requires a little bit more of target-based control. Palladium on the front line feels a little dangerous to put it down there, but more production coming down. A third ministry. Dude, Dog is booming with his economy right now, and he's just going to hope that his little paltry mech force over here can delay jakulangski from moving across the map.
I'm not sure I like the third ministry. I feel like that sort of relies on Zerg playing into your hands and sort of spin themselves. What did I miss?
It's just the 6-kill Goliath just gunning down Quaz after Quaz.
I didn't see that.
8-kill Blackjack,
Oh, yeah, he's not going to be able to attack that. I would have much rather seen, like I was saying, Shopkeeper Dog just go up to like 8 fulcrums and just send the Blackjacks or whatever. I feel like it'd be much harder for Jack to deal with. Now, that said, Jack is playing into his hands so far. Getting these Zorkies before he's to secure this third sphere, just going down now. And not that great on work account right now. Really low work account for 2 bases still. So I think Shopkeeper Dog is looking pretty strong here. Although it looks like Jack wants to try a bust. Although this is not going to be enough. This is going to be a disaster for Jack, I think.
Well, he's got 6 gnats starting to get a little bit of damage into the mineral line. There is no madrigal just yet, but it is about to pop out. Now that is going to be insurance versus not just gnats, but also the Gorgor cores.
Oh, but it moves away. He's coming at the right time. He's trying to shrink that Palladium. Oh, that's what he's going for, I guess?
No, he's right now he's mostly focusing on that anchor. Remember that Goliath was so wounded from before. Palladium does end up going down, so there's only going to be 1 madrigal for a certain amount of time.
That Goliath has 16 kills.
Yeah, I know, it's ridiculous. And you look at the Matadors, and not necessarily in terms of their kill count, but good damage and definitely a lot of damage absorbed.
Wait, so did the Navs all die? I didn't see.
Yes, they did in the main, but it looks like they claimed 4 or 5 Masons, so still pretty okay damage.
Yeah, it's all just sort of like okay for Jack. This isn't going great for Jack, especially since he's still behind a work account. I feel like you really need to stop making this second wave and go straight into like trolling up really hard. Because he's going to need something like Hydralisk or maybe some kind of... Well, I guess he does have the Zorkiz. He could get Zoryus or Lakiz or whatever else to hold the next wave. The first attack, it kind of worked out. He got a Palladium, got some workers, but losing the Navs makes you go like, oh, is it really worth it? But he's still got some forces out here. The Zevs are effective, but you really need to get a good surround. I have to say, Jack is particularly weak at getting good engagements with his army. He often sort of sends his units in just such a way where if you're playing against him, you're like, oh, good, I can kill all these now. So I think it's going to be quite hard for him, this pure Quaz army. I think he's going to need something longer range to really contend with these light walkers and, indeed, the madrigals.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, he's definitely going to stop a move out from coming, but on 2 base, eventually, Dog will indeed have the required worker count.
He's going for Palladium again. I think he can get it.
Yeah, he should be able to. It was wounded from before as well, so it's going to cancel most of the units in production there. Just a single madrigal will be able to finish.
That is rough. Oh, the Lakizalis now. Oh, this is a bit dicey now for Shopkeeper Dog. Because you've got no phalanxes now either. He does have detection of the shaman. Hello?
I don't know about that one.
Now, Jack doesn't want to rush in here. I think he just wants to keep sieging. He seems too antsy. I'm quite worried that he's going to A-move and move all this stuff. Yeah, that's not going to go well. Although the Clizzards do advance a tiny bit.
Yeah, that's going to clear out a lot of the blackjacks there, but there's still so many. Remember, Jack has a halfway done tier 2 right now. We have almost never seen tier 2 for Zerg before tier 2 for Terran. But that's the situation that we find ourselves in, with Jack just pouring out non-stop Zeths. His limited gas investment really was just the Vornath Pond, the couple Naths, of course the Lake is, and the Shroud. But right now, his tier 2's about to pop. Let's see if he can actually delay the push and get something up. 7 Lakizilisks being made.
Good macro from Jack, keeping all his money down completely, whereas Shopkeeper Dog is definitely not doing that. He's kind of just got a handle on it just now. But I do think that Jack kind of throwing there by trying to attack in. I think if he's just inching up lurkers, he can make a very difficult situation for Terran. But now, as it is, he's going to get counterattacked, and these Zephyrs are not going to do anything.
Well, the Lakers are done, and they can at least hold the bridge. I don't think that Dog should move across here. That's a dangerous position to be in, for sure.
He knows it. You need to get those Zephyrs out on the map, right? You don't want them back in here in these tricky locations. They need to be attacking from all sides. But Jack really not taking his opportunity to spread out on the map like that. Now, he does need to hold this high ground as well. He's going to realize Terran's going over there. If he can get some Lakizilis in position, it'll be all good. But there's Lakizilis at the bridge still not moving. Okay, he's going to come across.
Oh, he's going for a bit of a surround here. I don't hate this. He should be, it won't be cost efficient, but he should get a couple of these blackjacks done. Might be able to just finish the job as the Lake has come on in.
Ooh. He gets the magical, and actually huge surround. That's a very nice attack in both directions. Now the Lakizilis are really hitting. Looks like he's going to clean this up. Huge move from Jack. Oh, now he's in a great position.
Yeah, and he's going to take his leftover quads, turn him into Lyrilisks as the Calculator Lake is done. Matravel Nest just finished.
Oh, okay. Come in with the Matrolefs, dude, and there's so many Zephs all the time.
There was a 4th ministry being completed here in the main base for Dog. He has, meanwhile, shimmied on over to the 9 o'clock position. His Anseal is out. He did make the star pad a long time ago. This is a bit of a whiff, losing 4 of the 5 Lakizilisks there. Not ideal, so that's going to cancel his initial plans. Just going to see what more damage he can get done. In the meanwhile, the Blackjack's getting a little bit trolled by the Zeths, meanwhile. Now, the Lyrilisks are out, but they're not out in huge numbers.
Yeah, they ain't going to do much here. With the Shamans can just out-heal them. They need to get out of there. Honestly, I don't think Lyrilisks are the best unit against this comp. If it's like Blackjack's event and Shamans to help them, they're probably decent, but they just get healed up so fast this way. Like, he got the Matravel. I would love to see Vulgoricores. I think they'll be very good here, with enough backup, of course. The Matrolef's always a really strong unit. There's one right now.
Look at that, though. The Anseals just get eaten up. The Matrolefs arrive just in time for the ensnaring effect onto the Lyrilisks, and that's definitely going to be enough.
Oh my god, there's so many of them.
Yeah, there we go. Okay. Overload the targeting of the Madrigal. Yeah. Remember the ensnaring aura that allows ensnare on hit for all of the Zerg units here, definitely reducing how fast things like the Madrigals attack, the Blackjacks attack. They already get debuffed just from taking damage in the first place. But it looks like with the Phalanx is deployed, that's a really tight angle to try to come in.
I mean, the Shamans also make it really hard because they don't get targeted. Oh my god, that Phalanx shot. Oh, he got the Zoryus though. Oh, they can't get the angle. It's just wrong for units in Broodwar to come in like that. They just can't do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're trying their best, but it's not nearly enough. And, you know, he never went out to try to attack 9 o'clock. He did move 1 Quaz over there that got killed by a few Masons.
Nice moves by Jack, by the way. He sent a few Zeths to disrupt the 12 o'clock. He sent, it looks like, a Quaz to the 9, but it did get killed, but at least he's keeping tabs on that. Those poor Zeths, man. They're trying their best.
Well, he did force an unsiege, killed another Blackjack. I mean, it's not exactly cost efficient, but it's pretty close. You think about how cheap Zeths are. Really, it's just a question of, are you larva efficient right now? He's trying to make the Lyrilisks. He hasn't really used the Spire for anything. He's now got Lake is shutting down the 9 o'clock. Still only 2 base production right now for our Terran player, and he is going to start getting hit with depletion in the main in about 1 minute.
Yeah, this is brutal for Shopkeeper because now he's got no extra economy. His army's looking strong here, and Jack needs to be really careful. He needs to get out on the map and get that surround like he was able to get before. Now, that said, Shopkeeper can't really come across this bridge either. Again, I would love to see Vulgoricores. If you can get on the map with a few Vulgoricores. He's got a Mutaf. I assume he's going to make Crataphalors here. I think that would be the best option. But he's just made a whole bunch more Lakizilis, which is also pretty good against those Blackjacks.
Oh, yeah, he might be able to catch at least one of these Shamans out of position. Remember that they do get to a ridiculous degree.
Embrace them.
Over time. Yeah, let's see it. He's going to give it a try, but I feel like the Blackjacks are going to be able to snipe him. Yeah, that's not going to work out. Oh, he's trying to go for the Anseal. Not quite going to make it happen. He was actually going for the Vilgalef. You know, it's all right. He gets the Anseal. That's definitely going to help him out in terms of detection. More and more units. A massive mech army coming across the map here for Dog. But remember, he is about to fall off.
Blackjacks on 2 base depleted still.
Yeah, I know. Well, I mean, he's losing a lot of them for essentially free. The Lake is just getting a lot of shots down here. Now going to see if he can secure that base. He never did kill those Zeths in the 12 o'clock, and now he's going to pay for that a little bit here. That's going to allow Jack to move out on the map, maybe take this middle spoke here. Needs to burrow those Lakers. Yeah, look at the Shamans. They're so out of position. There you go. They're going to deploy right in the front line. I'm not sure that that's the best move. There's the Phalanxes deployed. They will be able to send them back to the Stone Age. But where are the rest of the Zerg units coming in from the middle? We got the Convalisks doing their best to do the bounce attacks. Now that the Ancient Shield is gone, they should be able to do that. We have a few Protaphlors out. We need way more from Jack if he wants to snipe down these Phalanx.
Yeah, that was a brutal engagement for Zerg. He did not get much done there, unfortunately. Although the blackjack count is thinning, I wonder if a sudden, I was about to say it, a sudden muta switch could do something here. He's making 6 pairs, 7 pairs. Bring them in with the Matrolef. If he can just overwhelm the blackjack count, he'll get all of those phalanx for free, and that'd probably be the game right there. And Shopkeeper Dog has still not been able to establish a third base properly. He's only really just starting mining now. Well, not really. There's an idle Mason.
It's even worse than that. I think he actually misrallied. He had this ministry floating and in the same control group, and now it's flying over to 12 o'clock where it's absolutely not needed. Absolute menagerie of quads coming on out here. They are not Lyrilisks just yet. Here come the Mutas kind of pathing out over there. They're going to get shredded by the Blackjacks. Not the optimal usage of them, but there's still a good flock of them. That's going to be 10 of them. Oh, 2 more going down. But yeah, still 10 of them. They can indeed fly into the 12 o'clock position here.
The third will never be up for Shopkeeper Dude.
The Obeleth is here to watch and everything. Yeah. So, yeah, Jack definitely knows what's up. There goes that.
Really done a great job of just denying Terran ever on the map. And, this is the trouble Terran has in TVZ a lot of the time. I feel like if they don't have... Oh, hang on, hold that thought. Shopkeeper just coming straight in the throat. He's going across the bridge here. There's no Lakizalis. Now, this is not a very good position for Terran. It's going to be difficult, but Zerg is not good in narrow area. Where are the Matrolefs? Where are the Protaphalors? He's only got basic units. Need to set up those Shamans. He's going to do it. Now they will start gunning everything down. The Quadlist cannot deal with those Shamans. They just can't do it. Jack's going to lose everything here, but the Mutalisks in Shopkeeper Dog's main are doing a bit of damage.
That's right. They've gotten a little bit of workers dead, but that is a depleted base, so it almost doesn't really matter. Again, no Anseal left over. It did get killed, and so now the Lakers should have a really nice spot here so that they can just delay this push long enough for Jack to actually get something done. But he's only got Zephyrcores coming out.
Well, he spent all his gas on Lakizalis, right? I mean, I feel like Protaphalors would hold this pretty easily.
Yep.
If he can just get the Shamans, he's got this. And more Anseals being produced, because that's the unit he really needs right now. Oh my god.
Yeah, no more being produced right now. Actually, Dog is quite poor, it feels like. Yeah, there we go. Okay, the Phalanx. Oh, he's trying to get to the bridge. Remember, you can stand on top of the units in a last-ditch movement here. There's still 4 Lakers. Here comes the Anseal.
Where did that come from? I didn't think he was making one. I think he had a spare one. Oh, he has to pull back. Where are the Protaphalors, man? He's got so much gas.
7 pairs of mutas being made. That's it for him. He's not interested in Protaps right now. He wants to do another pivot into air, see if he can heckle the bases. Instead, we're going to have double ministry at the 12 just to land and get that mining started.
It's good if Jack can stop Shopkeeper from taking the third still, but if he loses his own main, it ain't going to help him, That's not enough Mutalisks. 26 Mutalisks will not deal with these Blackjacks. I'm calling it now.
It's definitely a difficult position here. He does need to buy some time, get the Zets on top of them so that the splash damage from the Phalanxes helps to thin their herd. Use the Terran against them. Oh, the Madrigal is here for splash too. It's just one of them. It's not critical, but he does need to occupy that.
It's enough. He really needed Protaphalors here. Now these Mutalisks are going to get absolutely smashed by the Blackjacks.
Oh my god, they're all stacked up. He needs to fall away. He can pick these Shamans. Right? Absolutely good choice.
It's something. They do work. But what has he got? He's got no circus on the ramp. If he had like 5 or 6 circus on the ramp, I feel like the game could go on quite favorably for Jack. But as it is, he's going to lose all his tech, and then what's he going to do?
Oh, no. Yeah, the mutas are getting shredded. There's a couple more Madrigals here. It looks like Dog has barely clinched this match. It could have gone either way. Really, really exciting first game. GG called.
Man, Jack very scrappy in there, getting in there, stabbing him.
I know. That was a crazy first map, honestly. I really wasn't sure who was going to take that one. Dog gets the advantage, gets that first set under his belt there, and we will be going on to what I think, personally, I feel like Paradise must be jakulangski's home territory. You got to give him like an instant buff for his performance on it, just because it's like a morale boost to him.
Yeah, that's right.
Paradise.
That's right.
Yeah, what did you do?
Let every player make a map and submit it, and they get to play that map once in every series they play. There's still a normal pool of good maps, but then there's just everyone's self-made map.
Can only made a map that was made of entirely null tiles, and it was Zerg only because
I saw that. I didn't play it, but I saw the thumbnail.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. I'm sure he would put that up there.
You know what I do?
Only play ZVZ.
I would play Terran and just put a map where you just spawn next to each other. There's no minerals, right? So you have the worker fight, see who can win. And if you lose the Terran, you just float and you're like, oh, I guess we're going to play again.
You know, that sounds exactly like what we need in the show match. Let's get into game number 2 here. This is going to be opportunity for jakulangski to punch back. Definitely more competitive than any naysayers might have you believe. We've got jakulangski in the top right as the red Zerg. He is red. Dude, he's red right here, right now. Caught in 4K. jakulangski is red. Meanwhile, shopkeeper dog down here in the bottom left as, I guess this is Periwinkle? Oh, I'm on it, dude.
Nice.
I got it.
Oh, so Periwinkle's the same color as the other text? Oh, no, it's subtly different, isn't it?
I think it's the same color.
Oh, I thought it was like 1% different.
It might be 1% different, but I'm pretty sure it's the same color. That's a cute little color there.
Opposition's favoring Jack pretty highly, I think. Who is this? Is this Shambler?
It's an Ozlix.
Oh, okay.
He's the only one who types in the middle of the replays.
I see.
You know, ironically, because you think Shambler would be the one to type. But.
You know, I feel like last game, jakulangski used the units he'd made reasonably well, but I feel like he was just not making the right ones. We saw how effective those Matrolith were being, but he just stopped making them. And like I was saying, he didn't make Taflors, instead making a lot of Mutalisks. And again, he did his best with the Mutalisks he had, but it kind of gives you the feeling of like he was in a campaign mission and like 20 Mutalisks spawned and he had to use them, not like he was looking at the game and deciding what to make that would be most beneficial. And indeed, the Lakislisks are ultimately just not cost efficient. They're a strong unit, but they cost so much gas. And they can't get picked off, as we saw.
Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, we have Dog out here walling in a way that he did not before, so he's got a different game plan going into this match. It is going to be a double Fulcrum. I speculate you could still run Zeths between the Fulcrum and the Cliff, so he's probably going to seal those off with the Matadors that he often likes to make, and then he'll just go ahead and drop an Anchor in between them for the inevitable Cyclops that come out. But his first unit will still be the Vulture. And, you know, this actually does give him a little bit of a benefit because his units are going to come out on the choke. It's just a little bit riskier versus like a 6 pool or some other really early pool. But Jack is not really doing that. He's not really that kind of player, it feels like.
Shamans don't heal buildings, but why not? Let clerics heal buildings, man. Why not?
Could you imagine a bunch of clerics huddled around the Watchdog, desperately keeping it alive as
Do Sasiva give Circus lifesteal?
I think so.
Oh. So why don't clerics heal buildings then?
They're not a tier 3 unit, that's why.
Oh, I see. What's the tier 3 healer for Terran? I guess the Antichthon's the healer, quote unquote.
The healer, yeah. Yeah, that's a pretty good choice.
You need like some kind of like upscaled medic to go with the Olympian that's just like, you know, got dual wielding healing stuff.
Yeah, it heals from a range, right? It would do.
Yeah, that's it.
Ranged sniper healer.
Oh, he evaded the vulture.
Well, he did, and the Mason did narrowly just evaded death, but I don't know.
It's still going, man.
There's 4 vultures coming across the map. That could actually overwhelm this.
He's in. No, I think you can defend the ramp easily, even against 4. Do not underestimate the DPS of those Quasilisks. They will crush those vultures. He did get a Zep all the way to the mineral line, though. Now it's just going to get killed by Masons, I think.
Ooh, one more hit. Yeah, there you go. He's out.
Disrupted mining, though, you know, for 12.5 minerals, that's pretty good.
Probably cost about the same, you know, if not more.
Yeah. So, Shopkeeper Dog wisely pulls back here. Went for that scrapyard again, getting Cyclops and Matador. He's still rallying across the map of one of those Fulcrums. Not sure if that's a mistake or if he's intending some aggression here. Jack being pretty chill about expanding this time. Getting the Vornath already. Gotta kill that poor wounded Mason.
There it is. Goes up in flames. The Qua's not actually leaving the building. Oh, look at that. He got stunned. And the hatch does indeed go down. So, Dog is in the dark compared to on Demilune. He's going to go ahead and withdraw his rightmost Fulcrum and set up a... This is a very funny wall. Okay, he's figured it out.
Palladium. Well, that's nowhere near as bad as on last map. I think that would be a lot harder to pick off, at least.
Yeah,
Dog really suffered from that.
Yeah, he had to make it a lot. It looks like there's a couple of mines planted in the top left, which is kind of interesting. I wonder if he's just going to keep track of that in the late game in case Jack tries to take another player main.
And Jack will be doing that, but the thing Dog doesn't realize is he's not going to send a Drollic. He's going to send a Godsfall in there. So
he does do that, yeah. That's what he did. He did that on Demilune for his, at the very least, the bottom left and the 3 o'clock. So, yeah, that's an interesting choice that he's made there that is going to bypass that for the most part.
Good spread, but Jack needs to A-move. He's just sitting there.
Yeah, he was on hold position, getting outranged. Oh, boy. This has gone very, very bad. Now, here comes all of the Nathicors, but there's still a splash of the Cyclops.
Yeah, but there's splash on the Cyclops, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, that's absolutely
He's actually
true.
going to be able to clean that up.
Okay, all right. Well, hey, Jack is still staying alive.
Yeah, the Navs can sort of do it now with the friendly fire splash. It's not going to be a good time for anyone, but you can clean them up. And look at that, he's going to go straight across. There's no Watchdog right now, nor even being constructed. A Magical is on the way. It's not quite going to be out in time. Well, it's going to be close. But he might get a few worker kills here, and he's built up the cost count again. Jack's sitting pretty right now, I think.
I think that one Madrigal should be enough to deal with this. It's just a question of does he know that it's going to be coming to the main base? And yep,
Can't
there we go.
Kill it? If he finds it, he can just jump on it, can't he? Oh, look at this. He's going to start doing the damage.
Yeah, where's the response there?
So many workers. Oh my god.
They all went down at about the same time, you know?
Oh, look at that. He sends 2 just to ward the Magical off while continuing to do damage. He's killed so many workers here. This is crazy.
Yeah, look at that.
How did he spread them like that?
That
I'm
is
in
wild.
awe of Jack's skills right now, dude. That was so well executed.
He's probably just going to comment like, that was an A move or something. But
yeah,
no, that was really good.
The structure, that's smart. Oh, we can deny the expansion. No, okay, maybe not. He can deny those missiles a long, peaceful life.
That's right. Wow. Okay, so he's down to 5 workers harvesting resources, harvesting minerals in the main. And, you know, a total of 10 overall. He will have the second Ministry's production, but he is looking very worse for wear now.
Yeah, looking pretty tough. And looks like Jack is even going to take a 3rd base. I love it because he knows there's nothing, well, I can say there's nothing Shopkeeper Dog can move. He's starting to move out here. We don't have a Hydra for anything like that, so it is going to be only Quasi units try and deal with this quite strong army here. Only 2 Magicals is not the critical mass you need, though. That's not going to be enough to just deny Quasi units. Which does make me think, against Jack in particular, it's probably a good strategy to try and get like 7 Madrigals, because he doesn't really like Hydra.
Well, one thing that's also a little bit odd about this is that if that second Madrigal was a Phalanx and there was a second Phalanx coming, I would favor the dog push a lot more, because you've already killed the air, and the Zerg is unlikely to invest all that gas into more air again. Like, it's a possibility. Oh, one of the Madrigals just going to get sniped! Oh, that hurts so badly. He's going to go ahead and deploy. He does have the deployed Matador. Remember, that's 4 armor. Trying to focus down the Madrigal. Might be a little bit of a bait because you're still within range of the Matador. And look at that. Doesn't even end up finishing it.
That Matador doesn't give a shit when it's deployed, does it? It's just like, nah, whatever.
Yeah, you're going to do 1 damage per hit to me, buddy. See ya. Now, again, if there was another Cyclops going down there, a little bit of a hemorrhaged unit. Here comes the Anchor. This could also help out a little bit. You could toss the, not the deployed Madrigal, but at least the 2 Blackjacks in there.
Yeah, how much range does a Blackjack have? 6, is it? Yeah, I guess they can do this then. That's kind of menacing, to be honest. That's quite good.
Now here comes the Phalanx. Dog's still trying to snatch victory from the jaws of defeat, but he's going to have to contend with all of these. The Phalanx Madrigal combo is pretty good. He's still got a deployed Matador all the way back. He never ended up grabbing out. He does kill that K-Grin.
Wolves are perfect here, actually. That'll do it, I think. Although I love the attack with the Anchor. That actually is really strong, and we're going to see that a bit more, I think, going forward. To bust Circus and stuff, because that's really hard for Zerg to stop. It's not even any repair. I'd imagine he had like 2 maces. Look, here he comes. The Vor's going to dive in. They're going to be able to get murdered, I guess. But they tanked enough that he's going to get in there and do the damage and clean this up.
That will be a cleanup indeed.
I have the 17 workers at home, but Jack does have a 3rd base and a lot of gas, man. Jack could throw down tier 2 any second.
No kidding, yeah, and he's still got so many sets moving across the map, that sacrificial Blackjack scouting it out. The Anchor was destroyed. He's going to have to build a new one, and I don't know. He's even going to park that Phalanx over to block the move in.
That choke for a while, but don't know how long. We'll get that bad boy over there.
Oh, no, he wasn't able to get in there in time. Oh! Even if he did, I don't think it would have been enough there. He's going to go ahead and do his best, but GG has to be called, and Jack will even up the series. He had tier 2 coming as well. Looking pretty good for him.
Yeah, very nice strike with those Nafra cores. And honestly, I'm shocked Shopkeeper Dog didn't get a Watchdog or 2. In fact, I think it was Shopkeeper Dog I was practicing with a while, and I was saying to him, like, why do you hate Watchdog so much? Because he just neglects that every time.
No kidding.
Apologies if that was someone else, but I think it was Shopkeeper Dog.
It might have been. I mean, there's so many players who have come and gone now. I mean, you saw that that guy who's named Snow, but he's not the Korean Snow, to our knowledge anyway, that just popped in.
I know that guy. I've known that guy for like 7 years.
Oh, okay, there you go. See?
I don't know him well, but I know of him.
Right, yeah. So, we need more people like that to come on in. It's always without fail, because of the way that Cosmonarchy is growing, right? We have these big premier tournaments that come out, and then after the qualification series, or as they're starting or whatever, we get like a small influx of like a couple of people who are pretty good contenders, and the next time around they'll definitely be able to make it in.
Yeah.
That's how it was.
Well, that was Night Fox, wasn't it?
Right,
We're looking at it like he's working hard now. Look at him, he's qualified. So
yeah, absolutely. So next time around for Acropolis 3, there's going to be a good time.
Is Jack going to be the one this time? Because last time he had a bit of a rough go in his qualifying, but he's been definitely working hard. He's always been playing pretty hard, and actually he's innovated some things that all the top Zerg players use.
It's true, yeah. I mean, Jakulangski is a funny case because he played. He managed to make it into Acropolis number 1, but he wasn't able to find success versus the Shamblus Protoss or against Art of Turtle Zergs. So he ended up not making it into the Throne Room stage. That has still eluded him. I would love to see something different, but he's got to get past Shopkeeper Dog first, or indeed, if he falls to the lower bracket, he'll be playing up against. I believe it'll be Smarty Cake. So that'll be an interesting matchup either way. But Genesis Y is up next for map number 3. Getting closer and closer to a decider here. After that first game, it was a banger. We were due for a bit of a faster one. Shopkeeper Dog in the top right. Oh, man, what color is this?
Not just green.
It's definitely not just regular old green.
Wait, but no. His command center, his ministry is 100% regular green, but his masons are a different color. You seen this?
Yeah, and look at his text. His text is a different color, too.
That's going to be a bug, right?
Emerald. Oh, dark spring green. Fuck.
This has got to be a bug because he's
no, that's just how the colors 100%. Work.
Yeah. What? Why?
That's just how Blizzard made them, and we didn't change them.
Oh, thanks, Blizzard.
Yeah.
All right.
Jakulangski down here in the bottom right. Ooh, this isn't regular orange, is it? This must be. I'm gonna say pumpkin. Hell yeah! Okay, I got one of the colors right. Let's go.
All right, now look at this. I was gonna say he was gonna go double fulcrum for some reason because he had 2 masons off, but when I was scanning, I don't know how I thought he was supposed to afford that. never mind me. Lavos first coming up out of Jakulangski. Definitely not thinking about any cheese here. So that's 1-1 now, right?
Yeah, correct. 1-1 on the score line here, and Jakulangski feeling pretty good. He's going to stick to the same build. I mean, this is very similar to Art of Turtles Zerg versus Zerg builds, if you will. A very comfortable middle-of-the-road opener that gives you the good eco that you need, the larva production that you need, but the flexibility if you need to switch on like J-Dong and build a ton of units.
Well, he does get an additional draw left before the pool compared to the Zerg build we're seeing, and he's continued my gas for the second Lavos right away, where AOT does not always do that. So I think it's well adapted to Terran for sure. And especially putting the K-Grunt towards the ramp, I think you always want to do that versus Terran. God, I remember way before, was it Acropolis 1? Or was it before Ascension 7 even? There was so much practice I did where I was like making a circuit to block the ramp, and like the Vulture would come and I'd try and block it with a single draw left and all this stuff. Because all the Terrans were just rushing the Fulcrum once it got dropped to the cheaper cost.
Yeah, that sounds about right. That's like a build you must have had to do versus Newt a lot. Shout out Newt.
That's who it was, yeah. Back in the good old days when Newt and I would desync every game.
Yeah, classic move. Now it only happens 1 every 50 games instead of 1 every 20.
That's right. All right, we've got the second Lavos coming up right away, but again, Shopkeeper's like, I can expand, I can do it. It's caused him a lot of trouble the last couple games. He did win on Demilune, of course, but you can see it was a bit do or die there for a minute. All right, now this Vulture going to be a bit annoying. The Zevs are too fast, though. You can't catch them, or you can't catch both of them.
Yeah, that's right. He gets one of them. He's going to go ahead and sortie over here versus the Quaz. He's got another Vulture that is going to go ahead and stand guard for the Zeth that's coming across. It will still take 2 hits because of that lovely Zerg regeneration. And a Scrapyard coming down here very fast as well. So, this is the same build as Demilune. He feels confident that he's going to be able to deal with this. He's kept watch. He knows that Jakulangski is not moving across with those Quaz. So, he's
no kidding, same build. He's doing the same wall as well. Is he really going to make a Palladium there again?
No, I don't think he'll do that.
I really
he wants to be able to leave. He wants to be able to leave the area, right? So.
Well, I feel like what would be really strong in all his games is if Shopkeeper Dog can just build up like 6 madrigals at home before exposing them and losing one by one. Like, Quaz units just aren't going to be able to approach that. And Jack in particular, I feel like really struggles getting good surrounds and getting good engagements, and you need to have like the right kind of engagement versus madrigals.
I was impressed with his engage on Demilune in that like lower spoke area where he had the surround with the lake. That is to your credit though, to your point rather, it's definitely something that we have seen him struggle with overall. So it makes sense to throw that out there as like a thing that you might want to exploit if you're going up against him.
Well, that's the thing. In that same game, I feel like he lost because he didn't get the right arcs of his units, especially when he's on the defense.
Oh my God, he's doing the Palladium right there. I guess his
Oh
plan,
my God.
he's just going to kill the biotic bastions when he needs
Yeah,
to.
eventually. But that's
my
not my problem with it. My problem with it is Zerg comes across, he can kill this so easily. Like even just with like Hydras, say, what are you going to do about it?
Yeah, I think this is something you only do versus Zerg because they struggle by comparison to deal with things like the, like they can't just build Drakodons and walk up and shoot the Palladium from a distance, right? So, but they can still do it. I mean, you saw Jack slap him down with the Quas and stuff. So there was a few times that happened. He's going to go ahead and drop the anchor. He made the Palladium, but he's making a Cyclops. He doesn't even need the Palladium. That's just for the wall, you know? It's a very expensive wall.
It's so expensive, dude. I mean, the scrapyard has less HP, but at least you're not spending all your gas on that. I assume it's going to be a magical immediately after. Look at this. Here come the Zefs. They're like, oh, it's this again, is it? Right then.
They were going to tickle it, too. You saw them moving. But
yeah, he wanted to get that first little damage in there.
Yeah. Oh, a lot of idle workers here for Jack, but looks like, oh, he's after the Watchdog Scout. There it is. He made a Watchdog. And it's in time to find the Nats, too. Yeah, that's actually really good.
Critical Scout. But is he going to make one at home, for God's sake? He's not right now.
No, he's got a Madrigal. Oh, he doesn't have a Madrigal. He's,
okay,
he's thinking about making a Madrigal, yeah. Oh, no. The Mason was going to go ahead and try to expand on location versus Zerg. That is a very bold choice. Maybe it was just there for a scout.
Cyclops.
Oh my God, he dodged it. He dodged it like Matrix. But here we go. He's going to lose probably at least one of the Masons here if I had to speculate. But hey, the Nats are actually going after the Blackjacks instead.
I don't think they can win that. Oh, they just left him a cripple. That's just
I know,
weird.
yeah. He could have done it. He could have. But he could have killed at least one. But no, not going to happen.
Deflected. You know, I still feel like he should have got a Watchdog. He would have got another NAF at least because that's the longer range. But oh well, he does push him back. Does he really want to make a ministry out here?
With a 7 HP
that guy
Mason?
just trying to get back in? Oh, he's just trying to get back in.
Yeah, he's just trying to return resources. Oh, the Madrigal's out, and of course the Cyclops and the Anchor are going to make short work.
Oof.
Ooh, narrowly avoids death. 2 HP.
Does make
Third
it
base
out,
on location for Jack. I mean, I say on location. He can't move it. Hydra's Den here, coming up here for
so
Zerg
if he
players.
builds a macro hatch, are you going to say like that's his fourth base?
Yeah, we should do that. A third base distance mine.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I've done it.
Stockade coming for Dog. Okay, there's the third base. Okay, I was wondering where Dog's third base was because I know Dog. Okay, I know what he's like. He's actually making a Trojan that is very undog-like.
Is he going to do Madrigal drop? I honestly hope not, because I feel like people really need to acknowledge that Madrigals just aren't that good at that anymore, and 4 Cyclops is just a much deadlier drop.
It certainly could be. I mean, I saw K-Dusk do that to Balethal, and Balethal countered the first one. He countered the first one with a few scribes. That was.
I watched that, and the whole time I was thinking, well, he would have like won a lot quicker if he just dropped Cyclops, like 100%. Because he did win in the end, didn't he? Like get the Masons on the second go round and crushed him.
K-Dusk beat Balethal in the. Eventually, yeah, he did beat him in that matchup eventually.
He's going for a double, but well, maybe only a single. Oh, it's gonna get away.
Well,
the Nafs.
I don't know. This is looking like he's paired the Nats onto the Trojan.
But this is a Fulcrum, man.
No, this is too bloody. He's too bloody. No, don't do it, Jack.
Get out of there, Jack. Oh my God.
Oh, it's a massacre. Oh, well, there goes the Trojan. Hey, look, they found a Mason.
The one in the main's still going to go ahead, though, and that looks like it's going to do massive damage. I'm not sure how quickly Jack's going to react to this. Oh, a bunch of draw left already falling, just pulling away. Okay, not too bad. Not too bad so far, but the Trojan's still at large. He needs to make more Nafs to deal with this. It's the best thing. Oh my God. Get out of there. What's even hatching? Zevs? I don't know about that. And also, he is not going to kill this ski back. Why is everyone thinking they can kill buildings? That ain't happening. Or is it? Well, not anymore.
No, definitely not. All right, now he just needs to resaturate his main base and get some workers onto the third ASAP.
And stop running units into the meat.
It's just occupying his attention. It's psychological warfare. The Zerg do not stop coming. That's
you joke, but once you hit tier 2 and like 4 or 5 bases, you can just like have Zefs constantly arriving at a location.
Yeah.
But not right now. This is not the time for that.
What he needs is a great big, like a couple of Iroleths at tier 2 and just ferry like non-stop Zeths into the enemy base.
That would take so much APM though.
Yeah, true. It's easier to do, obviously what everybody knows is the same exact thing as recalling and do a Nidus.
Oh my God.
It's the same thing, dude. All right, there goes the biotic bastion.
Like infesting a scribe, right? Making your own Argosy, right?
There you go. Yeah, I like that. Neutral scribe when? He's popped one of the biotic bastions, not the other, and he's going to do his best to exit this base. His ministry floating out to the third base location. We do have some couple of pool units over there on the top left.
Oh yeah, I didn't even comment, by the way. Jack getting a Hydra and a ski back this time. Oh, look at this. He's going to get some kills here. I actually like this engage from Jack, because he's actually going to get some kills with this wide angle, and he's only losing Zephs, which kind of don't matter.
Yep. Well, he also has tier 2 coming, so maybe those quads could have turned into Lyrilisks, but
true.
I don't know what his move is going to be to hold the attack from Dog. And that's assuming Dog even wants to attack, because he's just now setting up his third base. Remember on Demilune, he was so plagued by never being able to actually mine from a third base. Even to the end of the game, he still did not have a functioning third. So, something else
a lot
to
of
keep in
Vorvs
mind
being
there.
made, by the way.
Tier 2 just hatched.
Backed and Vorv. I mean, it seems like a good combination on paper, but I feel like the Vorvs die pretty fast, and you really just want like more melee stuff to get in there with them, or like maybe quads. But that said, I think the backs will be fine to hold this, especially if Shopkeeper is trying to go up on that big ramp over. But yeah, the economical situation looking very good for Terran here, being on equal bases, almost equal workers. That said, the tier 2 could be a big issue. Is there tier 2 for Dog? I don't think so.
No, not quite. And you know what? I mean, this engagement not looking too good for the Zerg player, but he's got more units coming on in. He just wants to hemorrhage some of these units out anyway. He is going to go ahead and clear that Ant Seal. He might just get the Trojan from the bounces as well. Look at the Backlist doing so much work, but the Phalanx is on the low ground, still able to range them down. So it'll reset the army a little bit here. Lyrilisks now coming out for jakulangski. That's a couple of, maybe like 20 seconds here, and I think Dog is going to hit a little bit sooner than that. Oh, no, he doesn't like it. He doesn't like the idea of the Bactylisks on the high ground.
He probably could have got up there, but say he gets up the ramp and then the Lyrilis hatch at that moment. I mean, it's going to be real ugly, you know? So I don't resent him for pulling back. I think that's fair. But it does leave Jack in a pretty good position here. He's going to take that inner right base. What would you call it? 4 o'clock, I suppose.
Yep.
And so he's going to be able to fortify that. It's going to be pretty much the rest of the game. He's going to have that base most likely. Now, this is not a good move. You do not want to attack up in there. Okay, he's going to retreat back.
Now remember, Bactylisks are uniquely good versus the Phalanx when it's sieged, because it has no armor. And the Bactylisks can kind of engage with it, not in the same range but bracket, but still far enough with Zeth's chaff and such distracting. But at any stage of the game, generally speaking, Zerg is going to have a hard time if they're attacking in one direction, which is something that Terran and Protoss don't have to worry about as much. Ooh, there you go. A little bit of vision there is going to clear out a couple of those units.
Yeah, huge.
2 Calculisks have arrived in the top right. Just 2.
I mean, that's enough to do some really good harass, because you got to respect the splash damage so much. All right, a few more Blackjacks being sacrificed. I mean, if you're trading Blackjacks for Zephs, I think that's probably better for the Zerg, but he's getting baited in with his gas units, or especially those Backlists are so expensive. I mean, if he gets that Magical, it's not bad. He's going to get it. Another one on the risk. Okay, he pulls back. What has Jack been making? He's making a Gothilev. I see a lot of minerals in the back, but not much gas. Where did all the gas go?
Yeah, that's interesting. It feels like he doesn't really have that much. He was he was capping his gas, so I think he might have been waiting for that. Meanwhile, Dog again pushing forward. I feel like this hesitation to build more units for Jack might cost him the game. He has a couple more, 3 Calculus, now it's grown up by 1. He might be able to heckle some of these units.
Blackjacks? I don't think so. Well, I say that, but...
Yeah, from that position, it might be enough. No, one of them ends up going down. Does kill a couple of nations. It's just a distraction. I mean, Dog is not biting on it. He's just pushing forward with the Phalanxes.
Dude, the Matriarch needs to get involved in this fight. Jack not really microing his units here. A lot of them are morphing right now. Okay, he does sprint out of Viglev. Viglev's going to be handy here, but look at that arc of Blackjacks. Dude, I think Shopkeeper Dog's going to smash through here. Jack just not able to get the concave he needs. The Backlist still trying to do their best. The single Calculist, it kind of adds a surprising amount, even against Blackjacks, but yeah, there's just too many of them, and the Shaman will keep them alive.
That's right, yep. The Calculus goes kaput. One of the Phalanx is getting destroyed by the Bactylisk bounces. But as of right now, it does feel like there's not enough Bactylisks, certainly no Protathlors to snipe those key targets like the Shaman, and of course the Phalanx. And not enough units coming from the right-hand side. If there was a lot of larva production from that third base, you could actually get a lot of Zets onto this backline. He's just trying to get rid of the anti-air. If he gets rid of the anti-air, the Calculus can do something, right?
Yeah, I mean, the count's getting lower, but I don't think he has time. Yeah. And what air does he have? He just lost another Calculus. He doesn't have many. I don't see a Kaffralosk anywhere. Like,
no.
I don't think it's going to be a thing. Now, it looks like he may clean this up. Maybe. Maybe not. But
he does have the Oxel CZ, and he is building the Advanced Morse right there.
Yep. Ah, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's where he's getting all these Bactylists from, too. GG. But yeah,
GG is called, yeah. Couldn't handle it. You know, it did look a little odd. I mean, both players floating a ridiculous amount of money, and that's that midpoint. Definitely a point where that they can both work on for the decision. But the tempo was favoring the Terran, so it wasn't as grievous an error for Shopkeeper Dog, who is now on qualification point. A guy who's been playing a lot. He was on the precipice of qualifying to Tyrant's Tail back in the day. Managed to take Mystery Meat to 3 games and a best of 3, and then he took Veek to 4 games and a best of 5 back then. Was eventually defeated by the random player. So, you know, coming into this, I still feel like he's the player who, quote unquote, should be victorious. But I'm also, you know, I'm partial to the idea that maybe there would be a counter that Jack could potentially foster here. So, you know, we'll see what happens in game number 4, which is dun 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 dun, the game that is required to have a YouTube video. So I will go ahead and send you the link to that.
Top secret link.
Top secret link, and I will also. I mean, I guess
everyone, the URL is lowercase v 44.
I mean, it doesn't matter if other people see it, so that's not
not
that big of a deal. I will go ahead and swap things out on the audio side here in just a moment. All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen, for game number 4 between Shopkeeper Dog and jakulangski. Again, unfortunately, the replay for this game was not functional, so we have Anozlix's FP VOD from his spectating. He was the admin of this match. Shout out to Anozlix. And Shopkeeper Dog is in the bottom left with jakulangski in the top right. You know, I really have to criticize Anozlix here. He immediately looked at the color and then immediately moused over it. You got to give me time to introduce the players and then mouse over it. You know what I mean?
What was it? Is that olive?
That was dark olive for Jack. And for Shopkeeper Dog, it looks like Platinum Blue. I actually don't know if Platinum Blue was actually taken or if the color was checked here for Dog, but that's what it looks like to me. Anyway.
I love these middle mouse camera pans, by the way. I never used that, but it looks good.
Oh, yeah, that's what I use all the time because that's a feature that StarCraft 1 doesn't have. But, yeah.
Worth pointing out. It does in the SCR replay UI, by the way, but yeah.
Oh, it does work nicely in there?
Yeah.
That's funny.
But not in observing, that's for sure.
Like a live match, you mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
At any rate, where it's nice that you don't have to bother with the observing now, I suppose. And we can just sit back and watch. But yeah, so coming into this game after the game we just saw in Genesis Y, I think I'd already pointed it out, but it does really show Jack's weaknesses again, that he got isolated in narrow areas. Now, this map's a little better, I think. What's he typing? We can only speculate.
Don't hang us in suspense. Oh.
Yeah. Wow.
I didn't know this. I don't think this was. I didn't know that this was going on at the same time. But you know what?
Well, I didn't watch it, but I'm sure it's probably correct.
Yeah.
Looks like Dog is going to expand again. He is just a 2-base man, I guess.
Yeah, he really likes getting to that fast expo. He knows that he's doing it faster than his opponent.
The what?
And Jack has no idea. He's like, dude, at least I'm not red in this game.
If Jack can avoid like hurling his units onto the wall to die, I think he can pretty easily like maintain economic advantage here. Because I think usually as Terran, if you expand and don't put pressure on Zerg, Zerg should just be able to get ahead. Oh, well, or will he? This is huge. This is a huge pick right here.
Okay, Dog, I see you. Going for the Vulture to pick the expansion. And he's, of course, still got the Scrapyard coming. Like, that is his opener. So even though we've talked about Jack being maybe a little bit inflexible with his opener, where he almost always goes this, Larvosk, Pool, Hatch opener, he is going to go ahead and get his expansion down. Dog has been doing pretty much the same thing. I think Paradise Game 2, it might have been a little bit different with his double Fulcrum opening, but he's just doing that now after the Ministry. I know Dog, and I know he likes to get into that mid-game section. It's funny, too, because that's also, perhaps he doesn't get there often enough for his liking, that feels like maybe spending down his money in the before you hit tier 2, but, still, like, getting a lot of income off of 2 or 3 bases. That seems to be one of his weaker points, so if the game goes that long and you're personally a player who is up against Dog and you're good at that period of the game, you're comfy in that period of the game, that might be something that you can use to your advantage. Now, you can see him using the mineral blockers there to his advantage as he sets up an anchor.
You know, something I noticed is that Jack isn't investing in the static D-spam versus Terran, but I think even with Balance of sieging and stuff down, I think it's still worth it. because it can buy you a lot of time. Like that last game, you had about 1,200 minerals. If you'd had put a Hachirosk in that area and put a bunch of circuits, you definitely would have had time to get those Oxal Cesians to kick in. I think it would have been
I think
good.
so. Yeah, absolutely.
So I'd be disappointed if we don't see Jack go for more of that if it goes into a longer game. Now, Jack, of course, doesn't want a longer game. He's doing the same thing every time, man. At some point, you just got to make a blind watchdog here, shopkeeper. But no, he's shopkeeper dog, not watchdog. That I should know. 12 naps going to be coming up. My God.
Shop watcher dog. I mean, if you think about a shopkeeper, they also do watch. So maybe he just thinks his name should be enough. I don't know.
When are we going to rename Madcap to Mad Dog?
Oh yeah, that's right. You were an advocate for that. You
Yeah,
wanted
Sun
more.
Dog,
You just
the
want
Mad
more
Dog,
dog
the
units.
Watchdog.
Watchdog.
Yeah.
Sun Dog.
Is there a tier 3 dog?
That's the problem. That's the problem. We need to add that. That can be the healer unit. I mean, that's not really a dog though. I don't think of dogs as healers, right? I mean, there's literally a dog breed called healer, but it's not spelled the same way.
Yeah.
Hey, here we go. Palladium on the wall. Palladium on the wall. There it is. Palladium
Of course.
on the wall. Just for you,
course.
Nebulon. Just for you. And you know what I think about? I think about that a lot because I think about you constantly criticizing people who build like tech structures or whatever in their main natural third or whatever.
Yeah, it's not the place to put him, man. Although he gets spotted here, that's a big deal.
Flew right over the vaults.
He's building a watchdog. He did it.
Oh my God. He is building a watchdog. Nice. Only one though. That's it.
That should do it.
That's all he needs.
Now.
Oh, but it's not going to finish in time. He's going to go after it immediately. Or is he going to go after? He did not stop the watchdog from being worked on. Now he's going to go do it, but it's not enough. Okay, he bursts it down almost immediately. The blackjack's still getting mowed down. Wow, okay. This could be a fast game.
I think he might actually just win. Because you can just kill the scrapyards now. All the workers, whichever.
Yeah, that works too. Yeah, this is painful. This is painful. I mean, you think about it. You got more blackjacks coming. You got the one Madrigal about to finish. Shopkeeper Dog going to be starting this match out with a
you don't even want to use the Cyclops. The Cyclops, they're not going to work in your favor here, man. The Magical, though, that'll do the job. Oh my God. Watch out for Cyclops Splash. That could have been huge. Oh, he needs to stay on top of them. Are the Cyclops baited in? No, just the Magical.
Okay, he's good. He's alive. He's not really good, and he's barely alive, but he's all right. You know, look at that.
Yeah, he's in the game.
Even the Nozlik's showing us, his mouse went over to the top right, saying like, 18 workers to 40, huh?
He has not yet left the game.
That's right.
But this is looking bad. This is looking rough. Still doesn't have a watchdog in the main, by the way. So what if Jack just does it again?
Ooh, what if he reinvested? He's making the Hydrith then. You were talking in the last game. He also made that. Not known for his Hydrith-based plays, although he has experimented with them in the past.
He did use it for Bactalisk only, and I still feel like Hydralisks are a good unit, man. I tried to show everyone through an entire Acropolis, or Ascension was it? But no, it was Acropolis, wasn't it?
Yeah, I tried to show everyone.
Through an entire Acropolis, the Hydralisks are good, but somehow they still didn't believe me, and to this day, they're not making it. I feel like against these blackjack armies, when you get up to the economy, you can make a lot of them. You don't want Quas units; they just get gunned down too fast. Hydralisks can do more damage from more range. Now, that's it. The Quas units are very cheap, so I'm not saying don't make any, but you just can't rely on them alone. Especially
I think that's probably fair. Yeah, that's probably fair.
Quaslists in particular, a unit that is not good in like a mono battle.
Right, yeah. I mean, even in ZVZ, I still feel like there's so many, like, 2 or 3 units of a different type you can make to just utterly crush the fight, right? So.
Well, I feel like whatever you do in ZVZ, you must do it with Quasilisks. Not that you want only Quasilisks, you just need to have them there. Right,
yeah. They're a pretty good core unit. Now, look at this. Double expanding for Jack. He knows that he can't bust the Terran, but he can get up to a very dominant... Oh, triple expand. There we go. He's going to go for...
Oh, my God.
Whoa, quadruple expand. Okay, Jack. Well, maybe he might be hitting the sauce too hard. I don't know. He's making the ski backed.
He could quite easily die here, man, because Dog is doing what I was talking about. He's getting up to like a bunch of magicals. He becomes out like 6 or 7 magicals at once.
Quintuple expand.
He's just taking every base, dude.
Wait, is that happening in 6 o'clock too? Is that really happening in 6 o'clock? What is that unit down in the bottom? We may never know.
It must be a Drolif, dude. Like, what else is he doing?
Oh, he just wanted to build. He's doing a sextuple expand.
Okay, but what if Dog leaves his base? Then what?
Oh my God. Oh my Drolith.
Yeah.
Yeah, there it is. The only base he hasn't taken on this side is the bottom right.
I guess Jack's logic here is he absolutely cannot break the wall with the madrigals, so it's like, we know he's weak. Why don't we just take everything? But is he as weak as you think? He's going to melt these Quas units instantly. You don't want this fight, man. You got to get out of there.
That is rough. That is rough, yeah.
Okay, Tier 2 just started. He started a bunch of Hydralisks. I mean, there is one benefit here that he has production spread out everywhere. He can make an enormous amount of Zefs. But this is going to be tough to hold. I feel like he's sort of throwing here. Dog might actually be able to come back this way. Oh, but not if he loses the ant seals.
Oh, both of them go down immediately.
That was
reaction
so critical.
Time not there.
That like refreshing tanking would have been huge. Now it's pretty dicey. Now he's getting circuits up even in locations. There's no phalanxes here. Was there time for that one? Dog can't wait. He needs to go straight in for the kill here. The longer he waits, the more this
they're setting up for a bit of a surround, though. The Hydra's coming in from the right and everything coming in from the south, but there is nothing coming in from the north right now. Just a few Zets that get sniped immediately. However, still managing the Madrigal count is huge right now. One of them goes down, a couple Blackjacks as well. This force still very scary, but the circuits have started to gestate. That's about 20 seconds away from completion as the Zets dive bomb onto one of the Madrigals. There's no protection from any sort of stacked air, and the Hydras are starting to overwhelm some of those frontal units for the Terran player. You can see very limited saturation on most of these bases, but 12 o'clock is booming. Circuits finished at the mineral-only base. That is going to buy so much time for Jack to actually field his army. 17 pairs of claws, 2 Bactyls, and all the Hydras that are already out.
Yeah, the Hydras will handle this Blackjacks no problem, let alone the Cyclops. So Jack's definitely held all that. Now, he is only on 68 draw left, despite having like 9 bases, so there's some time before the ultimate endless horde of Zerg kicks in here. But tier 2 is complete. I don't see any tech structure. I don't know if they got Oxal Cesiants, maybe. 6 gods for left on the way. Not really sure why he needs those when he's already taken all these bases. Really would love to see just more draw lists be made.
Yeah. He doesn't have any Oxal Cesiants just yet. We do have an anchor floating over to scout that is going to see that 9 o'clock has been taken. Might be a little bit of a false sense of security if he sees no workers there, because we know there's a lot of 12, and he's starting to saturate that mineral only as well. And, you know, he does have a draw left in the bottom right. Obviously starting to add some static defense in the top left. That's going to be very easy to hold. It looks like a Madrigal just went down. That is a critical loss for Shopkeeper Dog.
Well, now that it's not pure quads units, though, the Madrigal's value is quite decreased. I mean, if you have a whole bunch of them, they can still sort of fight Hydras, but it's a lot easier for Jack to deal with them. Oh, that's what the Gosvies are for building static data every base. Yeah, this is what Jack does. Finally, he's getting into his pure style.
Here we go. The essence of Jakulangski coming alive on Spinaltap.
Dude, what was the method called now? The snow one I always complained about. How have I got the map?
Oh, Sideshow.
Yeah, Sideshow flashbacks with the corner base just getting static all over.
That's right. Yeah, it was the top right, bottom left back in the day.
Oh, that's right. It was too. The rotation. But look, he's going to come in here. If he can set up a strong position with the Shaman, the Madrigals, the Phalanx, I mean, he could probably take this base out. But, I mean, little does he know, Jack's like, you know, which base? I forget I even had that one.
Yeah, I've had so many bases. And you know what? I mean, it might have been too bold a move. Remember, he did get massively ahead in the early stages of the game. So I feel like Jack may have, again, hit the sauce a bit too hard when it comes to expanding. Offered Dog not necessarily a path back into the match, but the Phalanxes are out, and they can definitely hemorrhage out some of these forces here. 14 Lyrilisks are on the way. Remember that they are within range of the Phalanxes.
This is a strong position for Terran. You know, the army size is actually comparable somehow.
I know. Well, when those eggs hatch, it'll be a different story. There we go.
Yeah, it doesn't look overwhelming for Terran. Oh, but he's getting sucked in here. This is not the position he wants. He needs to set up again real quick. Okay, this is super tense right now. If he gets caught with like even one Phalanx on siege, it could make the difference. Oh, and the Blackjacks are on the wrong side here. He really needs to just let the Phalanxes do this job. But that said, Jack's not reacting.
Looks like and Ozlix knows. Yeah, our admin knows. He's like, hey, are you going to go? Are you going to move? Are you going to just let him happen? I mean, the thing is, look at all of the reinforced positions here that he's got. Yeah. There's really no chance to take out some of the other bases there. That anchor still stayed alive this whole time, by the way, which is very funny. Some calculus did get made. It doesn't look like they're going to be too effective.
I think that's what he's doing here. I don't think he wants to try and fight until tier 3. So he doesn't want to commit his army in case he loses it. He knows with this army he's not going to lose his main. Oh,
now he's moving? That's a little odd. Maybe he thought he was going to go deeper into the base. Madrigal going to get face tanked out. Anseal goes down as well. Not really that many units here, but some Zets streaming in from the top. This might still be a runaway position here for the Zerg player as he starts to really whittle down that front line. Units coming in from the bottom as well. Complete army wipe. Now Dog back to the drawing board. Still not able to take a third base, remember, in the face of all of this. Sure, you've crushed one Zerg base, but he's going to go ahead and remake it on location with a Gosvaleth. Now trying to take his mineral only. He does have a nice Phalanx count here.
This is a good setup too. With the Ministry will tank all the damage.
Yeah, that is true.
In fact, I think, this is totally safe for now. But Jack's got 1900 gas, dude. There's only one thing he's doing with this. He's not about to make a bunch of confilisks. Where is it? Oh, he's looking. Yeah, the reserve is looking. Show us the Iris, man.
There it is. Hostile Lava Form just got made. That's going to be tier 3 in the making for Jakulangski. I don't know why we're looking at that base right now. We have, of course, a absolute boatload of phalanxes, just absolutely rending all the Zets. But look, there's so many more where that came from. It's nigh on infinite.
Oh my God.
Good targeting there from the phalanxes, but there's more. There's always more, Neblime. The phalanxes are going to have to pack up, and get out of there.
Oh my God.
We got more of them coming in to the main base through the
they're
natural.
Everywhere.
They're everywhere. They're crawling all around me.
Oh my God, they're actually going to kill that stuff. That's actually.
Hey, look at the palladium! The palladium in the front line!
He never should have put it there, man. Obviously making the critical game difference here.
Oh, look at that. The third base is still being besieged by an endless horde of Zethar but there's really nothing else coming behind them. So,
well, does there need to be? Does there need to be, though?
He's
like,
just
this is
enjoying.
What I was saying. When you have this many bases, you can actually just keep this going forever.
Yeah. He's still got 13 pairs in the works right now. Tier 3 halfway done.
Won't stop.
No.
Don't make the mistake of thinking this will stop. He can actually not even spending his minerals right now.
Yeah, I know. He needs way more hatch.
All he needs is a couple Matra left to really make this deadly.
Oh, he's going to go for the Calculus follow-up here. Okay.
Oh, I'm intrigued that he would do that when he is getting tier 3. That's what he'd want to do.
He's kind of can do whatever he wants right now. He's got so many bases.
I'm trying to think what the best option is here, because he has a lot of minerals. Obviously, he's going to make Sophilus, just because that's what Jakulangski likes.
Jack does like the Sophilus, yeah. He needs to make the Spire. He didn't make the Mutat Spire yet, so he's actually it's going to take a while for him to...
He has no Zorkis, right? I don't think he does.
No.
What the hell is he going to make? I forget the names of these tier 3 ones now. The one that
probably, it could be the Grotto, the Gescat Grotto.
Yeah, the Gescat Grotto, that's it. I assume that's what he's going to do then, because he is also quite partial to the Arcagilist we've seen. And look at this. Still always time for Nafricor harass, though.
Yeah. There's only one Watchdog in the main. So.
That's a pretty hefty army, though. That ain't a joke.
Oh, no, the Zets. There's always more Zets, and now the Nats. Oh, there's always more Nats. We might say GG before Jakulangski even gets to tier 3 and actually uses it.
Devastating.
Oh, dude. Man. Well, we know tier 3 is not a myth, but Jack, he's going for the Axtoth Axis. That was his tier 3 of choice. And the Grotto. There you go.
The Exitralisks, I imagine, with the Gastalovsks. Oh, he's getting the Spire, though, but very late.
Okay, he's getting it now.
I don't see any Gastalovs being made, so maybe... What else do you make from that? I forget.
I think... Well, you know what else you make from it is mutations of structures he does not have yet. But, the Nats are still wreaking havoc in here. He didn't even bother mutating them. Just going to go after the tech. Meanwhile, the Hydras, the Zets, he's cracked one hatch in a base. This must feel like a campaign mission for Dog, and a campaign mission that he is not winning.
Yeah, dude, this is like the cutscene, where the Terran are fighting back heroically, but they're just getting swarmed. And then it seems like they're doing all right. Like, they're killing all the Zerglings, and the Ultra Core shows up, Like, that's what's about to happen.
So many Zeth corpses piling up. We can't move any further, officer. Commander, there's too many bodies.
No, I keep slipping over in the blood.
Yeah, all of our blackjacks are getting weighed down by all of this gore. The viscera. It's too much. 21 Exitralisks being made right now by Jakulangski. The Tosrel Haunt also on the way, so we are going to see a pretty cool set of stuff. There we go. 2 Arcadilisks on the way. 4 more Tothricors. We're going to see all the Zerg units there as tier 3 starts to come out.
Did he make a single tier 2 unit? Oh, yeah, he made Liberalists, didn't he?
Technically, yes.
Yeah. Dog not perturbed, not like discouraged by seeing the Titulus. He's like, no, wait, keep going.
He's fine. He probably doesn't know what those units are anyways.
Well, they do a lot of damage. I'll look at from the other side as well. And you know what? Getting on top of the phalanxes with the regenerating ones is actually even stronger here. Crushing through. GG. No Sork left's made. What are you doing, Jakulangski?
There it is. GG is called. That was, ignore the video title saying Game 5. That was Game 4 between Shopkeeper Dog and Jakulangski. That will indeed be the end of that particular matchup. What did you think of Spinaltap being played? Apparently Jack meant to pick Check Stealer, but it wasn't available, obviously. That was a little silly.
Well, it was a pretty good play from Shopkeeper Dog and how he utilized his army for sure. But like I was saying, at some point you've got to start making a blind watchdog, because I'm pretty sure Jack has gone for these NAFs every single game.
Yeah, no kidding. The Nathricors have definitely been a thorn in the side of our Shopkeeper Dog. And as I navigate back to upper qualification B, we've got near impact as our decider. Which one of these? Is it finally time for Jakulangski to finish the upset? He's grinded back. He won the first game. He managed to score a dub in the... Well, no, he didn't win the first game. He won the... What did he win? He won Paradise after the early impact of his Nathricors, right? And then he wins Spinaltap after the early impact of his Nathricors. He actually won his map picks. Well, if we follow that trend, it'll be Shopkeeper Dog passing through on near impact.
You are still on release, I assume.
Yes. So would you look at that? We are on near impact for our decider, Nebline. This is where the rubber meets the road. It's basically just a best of one now, except that both players are probably very tired. Who do you have taking
bring it
the
to
series?
game 5.
I know.
I mean, I would have said coming into this that you got to give it to Dog.
Yeah.
Because I feel like jakulangski has been very sort of exploitable, and we've seen that. Also, some very questionable moves where he's just sort of like running his units in single file to die. I'm sorry, but Jack's like the Zap Brannigan of Cosmonarchy. Like he's just like, yeah, send him in. There'll be more. But we have seen him do some critical damage with NAFs time and again. Will Shopkeeper Dog be able to react to that or adapt to that? I guess we'll see, because I'd be shocked if Jack doesn't go for NAFs this game.
They have been an ace in the hole, an ace up a sleeve, something like that here. Near impact, we are starting off our 5th game. This is the first of the qualification series to go that distance. Remember that we previously casted Art of Turtle versus the Night Fox, and that was a 4-game set. jakulangski in the top left is the Teal Zerg. We'll be going up against Shopkeeper Dog as, ooh, is this bronze? Oh, mahogany. Never would have guessed. For all the marbles. Shout out to Anozlix one more time for adminning the series, again, without his recording of the FP VOD. We never would have known the tale of Spinaltap, and it was a pretty good game.
Huh?
Jack has no idea. Jack is like a perpetually question mark, that's...
Yeah.
That should be his, one of his many, IDs would just be,
just a question mark.
Series of question marks,
Yeah. Well, it looks like there's going to be no deviations for either player in this final map. There's just going to be a Fulcrum and a Larvosk.
I know, yeah. It's really funny. I feel like they've done the same opener every single time. But
you gotta,
okay, Anozlix. All right, listen, buddy. Don't step to me. I made these colors.
You're gonna have one game where you pull something out like Wraiths or Bio or something. I don't know. I feel like
I know
going the same Fulcrum every match is missing out on opportunities. And probably
Shambler loves Bio as a comparison. Although I will say Shambler thinks that TVZ is unplayable. So.
Oh well, maybe he should try Mech. I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, just start taking copies off a Dog. That being said, I think he's playing against Zergs that are perhaps of a higher level than jakulangski, but you never know.
Well, for my money, Bio is still the best in TVZ. I say after playing 3 games on the new patch, but
yeah,
I'm still partial to Bio. Look, man, I keep saying this, but every time I watch people play Terran or Zerg while I'm playing Protoss, I'm like, no, you're doing it wrong. I should switch back so show you how to do it. Oh, he's not perfect.
What a guy.
Not perfect.
What a guy.
All right, go straight for this second Larvosk here. And then once again, straight for this expansion. Well, we kind of missed it, but yeah.
There it is. Coming on down there for Shopkeeper Dog as the Vulture comes on by. I don't really think he's going to be able to do too much with it. This is kind of like the timing that these two have handshaken on, and Mason won't really be able to do too much. Dude, I know that Ayud plays this so differently too. It's really cool. We have so many interesting differences in the playstyle. We got Top Ramen, who loves a good macro game. We've got, obviously, another really big deal is Ayud64, who loves a good Talos first into, shenanigans with the build orders and early proxy stuff and whatnot. He's a pretty big fan of that. He loves his ant seals as well. And then, you think about Hit 'em Up, when he rolls Terran, he plays very differently as well. If Shopkeeper Dog makes it in here, or in the lower bracket or whatever, that's just yet another guy who plays Terran a little bit differently. And we know Shambler plays Terran differently because he just always goes Bio. He almost never goes Bio. So, it's cool to see that much diaspora between the playstyles. I love the mines here for Dog as well. He's trying to do his best to scout any air shenanigans. That's his insulation versus it. He doesn't need the Watchdog. Now, this does mean he's a little bit too late to deny the hatch.
He doesn't need it, you say, but we'll see. That'll be borne out soon enough, I imagine.
Yes.
The Vornaf is done. He's starting to make the NAFs. Doesn't want to lose these vultures. Okay, he does keep him alive. It's nice.
That's making it through, but the Blackjack will take care of him.
Oh, okay. Doesn't really get much out of that, I suppose. He confirms the expansion, but doesn't get much else for his money. But he knows the Palladium is going to be made there. And look, the NAFs are still coming.
Hey, on this spawn, the Palladium is safe. Dude, that Palladium should be put down immediately.
Quote unquote safe. We'll see if it survives.
I do like that the Vultures are still on the other side of the map because they can continue doing a little bit of heckling here.
Yeah, he didn't take the Palladium this time. Instead, he's going for a star pad immediately. That's where his gas went. I think he's still saving up for a Palladium, which honestly might be a bit of a mistake. Wouldn't have been a bad thing to just get another basic mech unit in the meantime, like a Cyclops maybe.
Well, especially with, it's going to be 10 Nathracores moving across the map pretty soon.
Oh gosh.
See, the heckling continues. Ooh, he's so close to tripping that mine.
Yeah, 4 blackjacks can probably just about handle 10 Africors, just. Uh, oh, he's going to reveal them? I mean, he's being pretty ballsy, just sending them straight across. But I
All
guess
the
he...
Palladium's on the way, the Anchor's on the way. It's just straight up 4 blackjacks. We'll
but
see what
where's
he
the
can do.
watchdog? The watchdog is not on the way. The
He doesn't
blackjack just
need the
moved out of
watchdog.
position. Doesn't he need it?
He's fine.
Is he? He looks pretty not fine.
Let's find out. Let's find out as the Matadors start to come on out here as well. There goes right after the workers, just like before. Maybe he can load them all up into the Trojan and sail away.
Too. This split is huge because Dog's distracted from defending both locations. Gonna go after the Matador, not finish it. Okay, he's gonna take a bit more unnecessary losses here. But I mean, the Naps and the Natural is still working on him.
That's right.
Okay,
yep.
well, this isn't going to be as much damage as last game, at least, but still quite a bit.
Well, there's 7 workers being made by Jack, so the biggest deal is if Dog doesn't counterattack from this position and really put the fear of God in the Zerg, then you are going to see a situation where Jack will stretch ahead with the win.
Counterattack with what, though? I mean, he's just got a handful of blackjacks, really.
He's got a Trojan.
Okay, yeah. I mean, if he'd made some Cyclops instead of this Palladium, go right across, drop your Cyclops, you're probably even out the game. Or even he could have been dropping maybe while that was going on. But now, I don't know, I feel like Zerg's just looking pretty good. Oh, he's making a second round. And I mean, why not? He doesn't make Watchdogs, so just make another round and go on in.
True, yeah. I mean, nobody needs the Watchdog, clearly. So. The
Stop.
Madrigal is going to come on out. I do think that when you're up against this kind of playstyle, you do need something more effective than the Blackjack, but the Cyclops will deal splash damage, so you don't really want to use that. Second Anchor coming. This is very reminiscent of the hold that he did versus Cannoli, but he wasn't up against air units versus Cannoli. That was an 8-worker wonder from the upstart Zerg player.
Right, well, here's the thing. The Watchdog it shuts this right down because you can mass repair it, and it has so much range, you can't really pick at the sides either. Whereas the units can always be baited around by frontal attacks with everything. Now, I'm not sure if coming into the Natural is the right decision here, but it looks like it's going to work out. That one Blackjack isn't going to do anything. Yeah, he's going to get a few more workers here. The Magical on scene, but again, there's nothing in the main. He has 900 minerals. Could have made a few Watchdogs with that.
Oh no, he's got so much money. They both do. A couple Blackjacks, another Madrigal, another round of workers. The Natricors are really paying for themselves, right? He's down to 10-worker disadvantage right now and falling even further. Oh my god.
Well, on the bright side, if you have a bank, who needs workers?
I guess so. I guess you're right about that. He's still losing more. He's narrowly gonna not lose that last one. Okay, all right.
You got 13 left.
Dude, this is doing rough. But look at what Jack is doing differently. He is taking a third base, but he's not mass expanding everywhere. He's just going to go and attack, and I don't think he can break it on the ground.
Oh, definitely not. I don't want to see these Zerg die, man. Why does Jack hate his units so much that he's just like, all right,
they must be red.
Yeah, like that. He just has to bathe his enemy in the appropriate amount of blood before he can win. All right, counter Cyclops drop. Look, it's never impossible that like he just kills like all his opponent's drones with Cyclops. You know,
it could be a possibility. It could be a possibility.
Although Jack is well prepared. He has claws in the mineral lines, but that's it. He's going to start to throw away all his units here. Once again, attacking the Fulcrum. That Magical's not deployed. Okay, it's deployed now, taking a lot of damage. Might be killed.
Oh man, the Anchor's still staying alive that whole time. They pop at the same time, but look at all the splash damage. The Quad's completely melted. More Zets coming along, but that's not going to be nearly enough. You did not actually breach the wall. He can wall this with units.
He did take out the Magical, by the way, so it wasn't completely useless, but yeah, very costly for Zerg. He's not that ahead, man. It's only 20 to 35. You need to be careful with moves like this, and the Cyclops counter drop is still coming. Look at man, I really wish he just made a third round of naps. I would have ended the game.
I know.
But, here comes the drop. Oh, he's paying attention. He is. He does turn around. In fact, he's still going to go for it. Oh, this could be pretty deadly.
Oh, he should be going after those workers. He did one or two more attacks would have killed a bunch of workers there. Not going to happen.
He can still try. He can still try again.
He's going to setting up for another one. And again, Jack trying to break down the front gates. This is going to put a pause on Dog's attempt at harassment. But look, the Matadors are deployed. You can't really break it through them.
Oh my god. The Magical just stacking up the kills, dude. I really wish you put something in that Anchor, though. That Anchor's kind of just there.
It is indeed kind of just there. Here come the Cyclops for another round at the Natural. As the same time, two more Cyclops going to unload in the main. Only a few workers down.
Only got a few at least, but hey, the double drop, very effective. Going to get a few here. You know, the thing is, the Quads obviously don't have the range to completely deny this, but it does stop the Cyclops from getting the really juicy shots. So, jakulangski denying this damage fairly well.
I hope Dog was close enough with his Trojan to hear the spawn sound of the Iral Iris, because that is chilling.
That's sound, does it?
Yeah. They all of the structures when they start and when they finish, and also ambiently as sound effects will play during their like mutation or whatever.
Cool.
Some nice, good sound effects there.
He's coming out here, and you know, again, it's going to be quals units only. I can think it's the ski backed and the Vornaf on the way. Wait, is it even a ski backed? Is it back diff? Oh no, it's just the Hydra itself. Never mind.
Yeah.
Man, Tev's Oracles or whatever they're called now would crush through this kind of army, I think.
Well, it's a pretty deadly ball of units, and Jack doesn't really have anything that actually deals enough damage to break through right now, it feels like.
That's what he made.
That's what he made.
Oh my God.
56
he could still
workers.
lose here. Even after that dominating start. I mean, look at Dog's natural, dude. He has like no workers, but he could still win. He's still going to get in here. He's about to kill like all the Drolev. There's nothing.
I know. There's 20 workers over here, and they are probably all going to die.
Well, that evens out the game right there.
It's absolutely critical that jakulangski holds off this mech push. He's got Hydras. He's got Lyrilisks. If he can kill this army, he can reset the board.
Hey, Lyrilisks, again, are they really the best unit, though? I'm not sure that they are. Oh, that one quas, though. That's annoying.
He's like, no, you can't come here. Oh, dead by Cyclops.
No Circus. Not a single Circus. Dog's actually going to come in here and kill him, I think.
I don't know. Gosh. I mean, the Hydras are going to be pretty good at upfront damage. Remember, there's no sustain right now for Shopkeeper Dog's army.
True. Oh, those magicals, though. They're doing their best. Doing its goddamn best. 20 kills. 20 kills on that magical, but it does go down. It looks like he'll fend him off. Okay. But the third got killed. The worker count got equalized. I mean, Dog's back in it. Jack does have tier 2, though. What's going to do with this?
Yeah, that's honestly a pretty big... That's really the only significant difference between these two players right now is the tech availability for Jack. He's going to go for a couple of Gosvalets, probably try to mass expand a few places. Still a couple of Trojans lurking around here. You know, Dog is back into a bit of a containment position on his second base. He's trying this style out, and really the best he can hope for is that Jack continues to try to attack him and break him. But I think Jack's learned from his mistakes there. At least I would hope so. Going to go ahead and cap the gas in the main. Setting up his third base.
But here he comes. He's still going for it, man. Okay, just poking.
Just seeing what's in there. Just seeing what the status is.
Oh, the green, like, Zeph parts on the ground. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, player-colored corpses for the
I never knew
Hydras
now.
And stuff. Yeah.
Cool.
That was a fairly recent addition, like a couple months ago.
Nice. Yeah, look, the thing is, Dog doesn't have any, like, progress here. He doesn't have a third base. He doesn't have tier 2. So even though Jack lost his third base, that resets us to a position like it was before, except now Jack has tier 2. That's the only thing that's really changed. And I suppose, you know, Dog's got his production up. But look, the stockade for the Shamans, I presume, only just coming up now. This is really tough for Dog. He needs to make a move here. Now, he does have a drop going out. What's in it? Cyclops again? Yeah, I think Cyclops is the best option. But look, the Gosvalets are out.
Yeah, that's right. Jack doesn't seem to clock that position. I mean, obviously he knew about it, but Cyclops is just going to fly over here. He's going to see that 9 o'clock was taken. Zets, Nats, they're all moving over here. At this point, I don't know that Nats are going to be too significantly powerful. Oh, let's see. He's going to go ahead and unload, but yeah, the Trojan's going to die as well.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, those calcs, though.
Okay, they're going to be calculus. That's going to be a little bit different, right?
He has a lot of defensive watch to... Oh, no. So he has no answer for this. The magicals are good, but they're deployed. Okay, they're undeployed.
He's moving out. That's the problem. These calcs are going to start raining in, and
they will just wipe up those workers in like one fell swoop. Could this be the worst possible timing? No, he's leaving the base. No. Okay. No,
just as the calculus come in, he's lost a couple of workers already, but he's going to come in here and try to face tank with those phalanx to see if he can absorb some of the shots. You can see Magical's making short work of those calcs, but they come in at a little bit of a stagger. Remember, there's more of them coming on in. They're going to actually swoop back into the natural. A little bit of a split there.
Yeah, that's actually huge because he can't stop both locations at once. Magical's doing their best, but so many workers have died. Once again, Dog getting reset, basically.
Economically speaking, absolutely disastrous for our Terran player here. How is he possibly going to stand in the face of this? I'm really amazed that he's stuck into the game. A couple more Masons going down at the tail end of it. 16 workers to 51.
Well,
that might have been an opportunity for the ground army to push in through. You think about it. I mean, everything moved in to respond. Maybe Jack could have done it right then and there.
Once again, though, he has the death push, the last ride, you know.
Oh yeah, I guess so.
Can he push across and kill the server, or at least do enough damage that he's back with his 18 workers? I mean, it's going to be tough. Now, this Lyrilus force is not going to do anything. That needs to run away, which it is.
Oh, there's 81 workers right now. Dude, Jack has made only workers. He's got even military count. And remember, Dog's military quality is so much higher.
Yeah, for sure. Jack needs to stop making Drolef right now. And stop making Quasilis. Those aren't going to help you either. Man, Dog could absolutely still kill him. It's unfortunate there's no shame in here to help him out. And there's not going to be for a little while. The vestry's not even finished. But this army's still very scary. And yet you can't really deal with this with Lyrilis. Although he's doing good damage to the bouncers. Magicals, what are you doing?
Yeah, they're going to go ahead and deploy. Two of them get picked off, but you know what? That kind of keeps the Zerg army interested long enough for the Phalanxes to do a little bit of damage, even canceling one of those Lyrilisks there.
And there isn't really anything here that can deal with the army properly. I mean, once it gets to a proper engage, once again, it's going to go up to the third, and I think it's quite likely he's going to check it out. I don't know why there's so many Gods for left there, but I guess at least they can flee. But yeah, like once this Terran army's deployed, the Quas units don't do anything. He's deploying that magical. Deploy the magical. Okay, there it goes.
There you go. He's going to go for it, adding up the damage there. Still alive somehow. 2 Phalanxes getting caught on the box side. That is going to be all of Jakulangski's standing army right now. 15 Hydras just popped, but that is not going to be nearly enough to deal with this. He needs to turn him into Bactylisks ASAP. 18 more Hydras in production. That's going to be a lot more. I just don't think he's going to have enough.
To leave those Phalanxes unsieged on the south, by the way, get that armor. But look how many there are. Oh my gosh. And what does he have? He doesn't have a Spire. That's what he really needed here. Again, the Protaphalors, you might lose your natural, but you can at least keep the main alive. And it doesn't really matter because Dog's economy is so bad. But who needs economy? This is a military game, not an economical one. He is powering on through here. The Hydra's getting very clustered up. Can Jakulangski deflect this somehow at the last second?
Oh, the Gospelets come out. They're going to try to pick those Madrigals. It's not going to be quite enough because, of course, the splash damage is going to help them out there. The Hydras are all going to get splattered, shellacked against the ground. No way. Here comes all the Nathracors, but has he thinned out the herd of the anti-air enough? I'm going to say the answer is no. There's still going to be 3 Madrigals and, of course, so many Blackjacks.
He does not have time to morph. They're going to get dead. He needs to fly away. He needs to be, like, on the dead ground, not right here. Oh, no. Oh, no. Get out of there. Run.
He had them on a rally. He never ended up moving them over. Cancels one of them. Couple Quas spawning over here. Maybe the Phalanxes will deal with it, but no, the Phalanxes aren't sieged. Oh my god, this could be critical. He still has such a dominating worker advantage right now. The Calculus, some of them are going to finish.
Yeah, 3 Calculus ain't going to do it, though. Oh, he's making more. Well, with the Mantless deployed, maybe he can power through, but he's going to lose all his tech. Dog's still only on 27 Masons. He hasn't actually been trying that hard to get back up on the worker count. So, I mean, there's probably a universe where Jack can clean this up and the game can go on, but it looks very dominating for Dog. Now, the Major Ball's getting picked off. They're a key unit here. You cannot lose those. I mean, they're doing some damage. Oh, he does pull back. He does pull back. Well, I don't know, man. This looks pretty good for Dog, but I don't want to say this is over. These Calculus are going to try and pick away.
Yeah, they're doing their best. Remember, the Phalanx is absorbing so much damage because of their armor. There's still one with 3 health still. As the Nathracors come out, they actually take a lot of those shots really nicely for the Calculus. There's only 6 of them left. There's more Blackjacks coming in. He's been all in for so long. Shopkeeper Dog, I think he might have just rallied enough units out. He's now picking off 9 o'clock. There's no tech being rebuilt anywhere else for Jack. And his main, his natural, they are absolutely shattered. Dude, I think so too, are his chances to make it through. I think Dog has done it.
I can't believe he won this game, dude. That was crazy. Like, his workers got wiped like 3 times, and he still didn't build Watchdogs. I guess, shows me, huh? Shows me.
He actually didn't need the Watchdogs at the end of the day.
I guess not. Oh my god.
It's rough, man. I wanted Jack to win so bad, but Dog is here to stay. He has qualified into Acropolis number 2 Battlement stage. There is no way that he doesn't make it through at this point. Shopkeeper Dog, the latest Terran to make it through.
What if they sink, though?
Oh, okay, well, maybe then they'd have to replay the game.
No, you're right. This is over. He's just come over and kill it. Not really sure what Jack's waiting for, to be honest. He doesn't even have any, like, production. He's just really...
He's holding on for dear life to his last stand in the upper bracket. That's what he's doing right now. In fact, you know, if you're still alive this whole time, you must be... Dog must be sweating like, holy shit. Have I actually won? Is he actually going to...
Yeah.
You know, no, GG is called. There it is. Qualified in Shopkeeper Dog.
Nice. Oh, full series too. 5 games.
I know, yeah, that's a pretty legit win there for Shopkeeper Dog. I wasn't sure that Jakulangski had it in him to get that far ahead, but he really used those Nathracors nicely. And Dog, despite his lack of watchdogs, of course, apparently he wants to be the only dog in town, still managed to clutch it out at the end of the day. Again, I'm with you at this point, Neblon. I really don't know how he won that game. That's great.
That was ridiculous.
All right, well... Jakulangski now faces off against, as I was mentioning before, it will be Smarty Cakes, the winner of Smarty Cakes versus Luai. That was Cakes himself. So it will be a ZVP for Jack if he wants to qualify. Whoever loses versus Artiturtle, between Artiturtle and Cannoli, who's lower qualification A, and Jack Smarty, which is lower qualification B, they will face off in a last chance to qualify, best of 5. So we're not done yet. But Neblime, thank you for joining me for yet another qualification cast.
Yeah, no worries. That's a good full series.
That's right. We're eating good tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back tomorrow for more Cosmonarchy. See you then.